Up next on Pop Fusion the Talk Show, meet the award-winning and best-selling author, motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and business owner of Niyah Zuri Books and Niyah Zuri Studios. She has an incredible story to tell.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys for still tuning in. We are back with our next guest who is incredible. She is a multi-award-winning and best-selling author of Niyah Zuri and the Pharaoh's Throne. I'm so excited to be speaking with you today. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm thriving and progressing. How are you, Francesca?
I'm doing well, all things considered. You're doing some, yeah, it's crazy. I'm just so happy that you're still, pursuing your purpose and you're doing some incredible things in the community. I'm so excited to chat about this book. Can you tell us a little bit about the novel and then how you feel that your life story has contributed to it?
Absolutely. So Niyah Zuri and the Pharaoh's Throne is a time-bending exploration of past and present. It is led by the headstrong Niyah Zuri and her best friends Miguel and Hugo Gonzalez. They actually time travel with this use of a mystical map. And at first they accidentally end up in the Triassic period, and then they end up getting assigned missions by Niyah's homeroom teacher, and they go back to ancient Egypt and help Prince Tut actually overcome his fear of rule. And he's only about 8 years old. And the book is geared towards like lower elementary through upper middle school. And I really am so passionate about this story because growing up, I could never find anyone on the cover that looked like me. And it was something that was very, very hard for me. I moved to this country from Germany. My father's from Uganda. My mother's from Moldova in Germany. And I had a household that was diverse, but none of the books at my school or what we were reading in school was diverse. I couldn't connect with it. And it's something that it never left me. It always sat in me. And I said, one day, I'm going to change the narrative. And I did. As I began writing my story and writing the Niyah Zuri series, I said, I'm going to bring diversity to the classroom. I'm going to make sure that every child feels represented and they will be able to subconsciously and actually consciously learn self-love while also learning about cultures that may not be, that may be foreign to them and not something that they usually would learn about.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And, I totally feel what you're saying because it's like, being a person of color, of like just different shades in general, we are definitely underrepresented in like books, as heroes, as super women. And,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you used what's happening in your life and you transformed that into something that's tangible, into this whole like Niyah movement. That's great. And you touched on, bringing her character to classrooms. Like, how will you do that? And how do you feel like diversity is important in schools and just overall settings today, especially all things considered with what's going on in society?
Exactly, Francesca. Our stories are beyond Black History Month. And we need to be able to be teaching our children actual education and not indoctrination. When you educate a child and give them their real history, it opens their mind. It opens them to become free thinkers versus thinking they just come from some negative history. It empowers them. It helps them understand their self-worth and helps them build their self-knowledge. So I am consistently persistent in reaching out to administrators both in my state and Connecticut and now across. My book is actually in a lot of curriculums that I've sat down and created lessons plans. That way children can actually learn alongside with the book as they're reading. And the wonderful thing, because it's an educational resource, there's a lot of vocabulary words in my book, and everything that's underlined, children actually flip to the back of the book. They can build their vocabulary and really learn about things that otherwise are not taught to them. And yes, education starts at home first, but when you really think about it, our kids are spending like 40 plus hours at school. And this may be the first time that they're even exposed to another child of a different race. So what better way to make sure that one, we're represented, two, we're actually really implanting that seed of empathy and self-love and also understanding of cultures that are different than in the actual classroom. So that's been the mission for me and why I am just so passionate on making sure I'm bringing diversity to the classroom, making every child feel represented and also teaching other children to embrace those that are different from themselves.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Like, you're seriously like killing it right now. Everything that you're saying, it's just so motivational.
It's my passion.
Yeah, I can tell that you're really like genuinely passionate about your cause. I feel as though like it's deeper than just selling a book. I feel like you're living and you're a walking example of everything that you're teaching society. And I think you're a great role model, especially for like young women. It's so hard, nowadays just to be confident, just period, with everything going on. And with COVID-19, people are struggling with like anxiety and depression, and we need resources like yourself to keep going and carrying on. So kudos to you for that.
I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So your first fundamental truth of Niyah, Zuri, oh my gosh, this is so great. Don't chase your dreams, walk in your dreams. Don't chase in your dreams, walk in your dreams. That is deep.
Yes.
You explain that to us.
So absolutely. So I love going into the schools whenever I do author visits, or even when I do speaking engagements for adults. I hit them with the fundamental truths of Niyah, Zuri. There are 5 of them. And the very first one, like you mentioned, is don't chase your dreams, but walk in your dreams. So we usually tell our kids, think big, dream big. Okay, that's wonderful. But then what ends up happening is they get locked into that mentality of just thinking, just dreaming. No, let's actually do. Let's walk in our dreams now. Let's come up with that plan of action. Let's figure out what steps you need to take to make that skill become a reality, or make that business plan something that you can actually attain. Speak to your parents, speak to your community, lean on your resources, grab a mentor, and really let them know what you're trying to do, and then actually take those steps to do it and walk in your dreams now. And don't let your age confine you or restrict you and thinking that there is nothing that you can actually achieve in life. Now is the time. Don't hold yourself back. So that's what that means when I say don't just chase your dreams, really walk in them now purposely.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And would you say that you're walking in your dreams purposefully?
Most definitely. Most definitely. And Niyah, Zuri actually means beautiful purpose in Swahili. And I did that specifically because, like you mentioned, Niyah, Zuri is more than just a character. She is more than just a heroine. It's more than just a book. It really is a movement and a mission that I am tirelessly working towards every day to really inspire everyone who comes across me or my books or just any sort of messaging to really live purposely, live confidently and optimally in their lives. Everyone is allowed to have their own destiny, and it's really yours for the taking. So don't allow anything to stop you from really shining and really betting on yourself and letting yourself know that the possibilities are endless. And just because someone else hasn't done something before doesn't mean it can't be done. You could definitely be the first.
Oh, I love that. That's so beautiful. That's seriously amazing. If we had an audience right now, we would all be screaming and clapping for you, girl.
We can scream.
So you're seriously killing the game right now. Again, I feel like you've been on like every outlet. Congratulations on Sheen. Specifically.
Thank you so much.
That was great. You spoke about the Niyah, Zuri cartoon. So what's going on with that? Is this a new venture that you're doing?
I actually dropped the exclusives. You did your research. I dropped the exclusive in Sheen magazine. It was such an honor to be featured. And the exclusive news is I'm finally creating a Niyah, Zuri cartoon based on my books. And I'm going to be coming up with a few different teasers, and it should be done in maybe the next 30 to 60 days. I've been working so hard on it and the storyboard and with my in-house team of animators. And I will be pitching. So I will be pitching to all the networks, both major and our own networks as well, to really get the messaging out there. And it's going to be great because you know what, Francesca, it's not only just going to be a cartoon where you plop your kids in front of something just to take away the time. And believe me, parents, I get it. Sometimes you need a mental break, especially with quarantine happening right now. Exactly. Yeah. But it's actually going to be educational at the same time. So without giving too much of without the all the inside, because I have to keep some things definitely top secret, but it's going to be visually stunning. So teenagers will want to sit with their smaller brothers and sisters and watch it. And at the same time, it's going to be educational. So subconsciously you'll be learning things because you'll be seeing things in the background. And I'm kind of going to put a little bit of a Mr. Rogers feel in it and kind of jump in on green screen at the end and kind of recap some of the episodes. So it's going to be really exciting to really see, once again, diverse characters representing us and time traveling and just going to far distant lands and going on these amazing missions. And I'm all about having all this action-packed adventure. So it's definitely going to be something that keeps them on the edge of their seat and something that they can really enjoy at home. And then when the world goes to a new normal, something that can actually be also shown in the classroom.
And that's so beautiful too. Within the animation world, characters are still underrepresented. So I think that's great that you're doing that. It's going to be great to see diversity in all different concept from everything that you're doing. So congratulations on that. And also, I wanted to say, I feel as though it's really good what you're doing, you know, with children in the community, but I see also that you're vocal about like the injustice that are going on in the world, from like police brutality to racism. And it's just really so sad that we're still in that state in 2020, and that it's unfortunate that some people are still having that mindset, you know, especially during these times of COVID. It's like, it's crazy. So what also still, you know, doing everything with children and being a mentor, being an author, and just being able to still use your platform to speak about the social injustices that are going on in society?
Oh, that's wonderful, Francesca. You know, right now in the state of the world, I feel a lot of people feel that they can't do anything. So when everything erupted really in the beginning of the year and just in the spring of the year, I had to make a conscious effort to say, well, I'm someone, I have a voice, and everyone really has a voice, and no one can actually take that voice from you, only you, if you don't use it. And I have been lending my voice and being arm in arm, protesting, making phone calls, or even just talking to my friends and family and holding them accountable and having important conversations to make sure that we are doing what we can to bring justice to those that have unfortunately been robbed of their lives and their voices. So making sure that we use our voices for them. And there's an amazing couple of protests that I was a part of last month in June. And I actually made a mini documentary about it, ended up going viral, and was really amazing because it just gave everyone a chance to realize that we're all in this together. Right? This is a humankind issue. It's not just a black and white issue. And that once again, we can all feel that we can do something. You have children that are using chalk on the side, you know, on the sidewalk and in front of their driveways to let people know Black Lives Matter, and we're all in this together and we support you. And that's really what it's about at the end of the day. Just a reminder to let people know they can use their voice. And I may be an author and a speaker or entrepreneur, but that doesn't mean that I can't raise my voice. Regardless of who you are and what you do, everyone can contribute something. So I just want to make sure I ignite that flame in everyone and know that we can all band together, really unify, because unification is what we need, right? Not dissemination. And when we unify as one voice, that chorus is so loud, there's no way we can be ignored, but we definitely have to stay consistent and continue to, like I said, use our voice for those that have been robbed of their own.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And you said that so eloquently. I loved it. I think it's so important, like the fact that, you know, you speak about diversity and you represent from like Black Lives Matter to Niyah's two best friends, Miguel and Hugo, you know what I mean? So everything is just, it just blends together just so beautifully, you know? So many people, so many things that are going on in their lives, from underrepresentation, you know, even from the Matter movement to like people, like what's happening within the Hispanic community, you know? Also, Black Lives Matter brought a lot of awareness to that, to like, you know, immigration reform and to the LGBTQ community. So much going on.
I was just going to say the same. Exactly.
Yeah. So I think it's just great that you're like, you know, you're representing like a little bit of everything in what you're doing. And I mean, it's a great movement. I want to read the book. I want to watch the cartoon series. Like, how can we like these items, and how can we follow your movement and be better contributors to society overall?
Oh, Francesca, thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me to inspire you and anyone else, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's more than just a book and and a character. It really is a movement and a mission. So thank you for your support, sis. And thank you to my entire, shout out to my Niyah Zuri tribe. They go hard for me every day in spreading the message. So shout out to the tribe. You can follow me at Niyah Zuri. That's on all platforms. We'll put it somewhere here in the video. And also on my website, www.ananyakana.com. You can reach out to me. There's actually free resources that parents and teachers can download to do with their children and their students at home, whether it's crossword puzzles, coloring pages, or even like story mapping. So follow me, keep in touch with me. I am using my voice for all of you. And remember, when one of us win, we all win, and there's enough room at the table for everyone. So make sure that every day you are asking yourself what you can do, what your passion is, and make sure you're taking those steps to actually live passionately in your purpose, because the time is now, and it's on us to make the difference and really make this world better for the next generation.
Absolutely. The time is now. And you've been an incredible guest. We're so blessed and thankful to have you. Thank you so much for, you know, continuing to live in your purpose and walking purposefully. I think that's such an amazing, incredible journey that you have with faith, and you're going to inspire so many people. So congrats on all your success.
I appreciate you, sis. Thank you so much. And same to you.
Thank you so much.